Let's go back to basics. With my move away from Twitch to YouTube and YouTube streaming, I think it's essential to break down what growing a stream actually means, because it's easy to get wrapped up in the wrong parts of content creation, and you end up grinding away for ages with no results whatsoever. So if we put it in the simplest terms, does growth mean viewers discovering your stream? Well, yeah, it does, but it also doesn't. You could have 10,000 people finding your stream every single day, but that doesn't mean you're growing, right? What makes growth is when those viewers come back for a second, third, or fourth stream. When viewers return, your average viewership goes up, and that means growth. In your mind as a creator, this should be what you think about: keeping viewers returning, or retention rate. And that is what this video is entirely about. How do you keep viewers returning, and why do viewers return in the first place? You're probably expecting an ad read right now, but no, let's literally answer that question straight away. Why do viewers return? Well, if we put it simply, they return because they enjoyed your stream. You provided them value in some form. It could be entertainment, information, a sense of community, or even just a moment to breathe in a world where they are bombarded by an endless wave of articles, pings, and notifications telling them they're going to die. If you do this well, they'll come back for more, and if you consistently provide that value, then they'll keep coming back. It's why I tell you to double down on things that work when you see spikes in growth. And this is what it means when creators like myself or Harris say to create valuable content, or why we tell you to create a schedule for streaming and stick to it. Because when you provide value for someone and that someone wants to return for more of that value, they need to know where and when you'll be live so they can find you in the first place. If they don't know when and where you'll be live, well, they can't find you again and you can't grow because they're not returning. One of the easiest ways I find to provide value is by understanding the narrative or the story you are telling to your viewers. And this is something the majority of large creators who have grown as streamers in the more recent years really recommend. I said recent years because there is a clear distinction between streamers who grew prior to Twitch's oversaturation, such as Sodapoppin, and someone like Ludwig, CDogVA, Smallant, or PointCrow, who all understood to grow in this industry, they needed to do something more. They had a plan. Specifically, they planned out their content so that every stream had a goal that their viewers would want to stick around till the end to see, or a goal they had to come back next stream to see. This keeps them coming back and increases retention rate. This is something I've talked about on this channel a decent amount before, but I think revisiting the basics in a new way can sometimes really help you guys, new viewers, and myself improve. To plan out a content idea like this, let's look at someone like Ludwig. Every Ludwig stream usually has 3 steps: establishing a goal, establishing the challenge or the hurdles to stop him reaching that goal, and establishing stakes or a punishment of sorts at the end. This is a tried and true method and actually the most basic form of storytelling. If you don't believe me, well, look at it this way. Luke Skywalker's goal is to save the galaxy and defeat Vader. His journey across the galaxy is met with bounty hunters, space battles, and the entire universe is at stake if he fails. Frodo's goal is to save Middle-earth by destroying the One Ring. His journey is met with orcs, spiders, and evil who try to stop him, and the entire world, all of it, is at stake if he fails. Now, Ludwig's goal is to not laugh at memes. His journey is met with a stretched out PNG of an ape farting. And the greatest thing of all is at stake: his best friend tasing his bare ass. Ludwig's streams are truly the hero's journey of the digital age. You probably laughed, or hopefully just breathed out of your nose a tiny little bit at that example, but this is literally the easiest way to create content these days for a beginner. If you go live with a structured piece of content, not scripted, just structured, then when or if you ever feel lost or not sure where to go next or not sure what to say next, well, you know your final goal. You know what to aim for to get you back on track when you're feeling those feelings.
Yeah, I guess just having a basic goal to work towards.
Yeah, like there is a narrative.
I think goals are great.
Yeah.
Like one general goal, because like whenever someone does enter the stream, oh, you're trying to make $5,000 on GTA and you're this far across, and it's easy to jump in and watch.
Now you're thinking, what about people who like to do longer playthroughs of games or longer series? Well, this works even in longer playthroughs, and you don't need tasings or the universe to be at stake for it to work. You see, a lot of people hear these examples and they think, well, that's not for me, I make chill content. And if you think that, you are taking my examples too literally, because even chill creators can have stakes and goals. For example, if we look at my hardcore Minecraft streams, these weren't hype or intense. They were actually very chill streams where I spent time chatting with my viewers, and it just so happened to be in a permadeath Minecraft world. But to take it further, every single stream I set up 3 different goals or challenges to complete, despite it being 9 to 10 different streams. They ranged from fun things like building a giant rocket ship to in-game challenges like finding a nether fortress, building binoculars, or taming a pet parakeet that we would go on to call Jeffrey. This meant I'd set a goal. And then inevitably, the challenges exist in the fact that hardcore Minecraft is, well, it's hard. It is permadeath. If I lose the entire world and all of the work I have done in it. This also means every single stream builds on itself and adds to the stakes. More work is at risk of being lost. Now, if I die, I don't just lose my rocket ship, but I also lose Jeffrey the parakeet. He will be alone forever in that world. The payoff is beating each stream's challenges, and eventually we're either going to beat the Ender Dragon, which was our final goal, or we will die. It doesn't matter which happens because both are a payoff, and that is good content for viewers. They feel like it was worth watching. All of this takes a boring normal Minecraft playthrough and adds stakes, challenges, and interesting content to unfold for the viewers. It turns a normal stream into a story. It doesn't need to be every single stream, but I will say, for your streams and your content ideas, I want you to remember, establish a goal, establish the challenge or hurdles to try stop you from reaching that goal, and establish the stakes. Or put simply, tell a story that captures your audience. One thing that is important to note here, creating stream content like this is also a great way to make it so your stream content can be edited into a YouTube video. After all, you've planned out a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now it's about editing it down and making it clickable to people who don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm so in the camp of, because I only really started streaming like 2 years ago, but it's been going really well. It's been doing well. And my whole thought process around it is like, make the live stream obviously as entertaining as possible, but built around the whole thing so that it can fit nicely into like a 15-minute YouTube video. That is literally how I plan all my streams. Okay. And I find that improves, personally, it like improved my streams because I'm trying to hit those beats. I'm trying to hit those moments.
That's third eye opening of content creation. No, in a good way. When you're a Twitch streamer and you think about how to make a Twitch stream a YouTube video before making this, like you have the thumbnail title and then you make the content and then it's a full stream and then it's a video. Like,
it's full circle.
Because like
I feel like a goddamn god.
Yeah, because I've been trying to do that as well recently, and I'm not a Twitch streamer at all, but I've like been dabbling in Twitch streams, and I notice the best streams that I do is something that has that the audience can follow, that has like a specific goal or an end game. And
I think that's good because it's good for viewer attention.
I
want to watch this goal finish.
Exactly.
As long as it's an achievable goal.
Now, I do have to admit there is a major issue with this concept, that when creators do this, they can cause an issue where new viewers coming into their stream struggle to understand what's going on. This is where we land on the second rule of retaining viewers. You need to make it so that any viewer who clicks onto your stream, anyone who joins at any point in the entire stream, can feel like they understand the goal and the narrative the moment they join. Otherwise, they will likely feel lost and leave. Even Pokimane says this is one of the most important aspects of a live stream: simplicity and inclusion.
What works best for live streaming is you want it to be a form of content that people can tune in at any point and it's enjoyable.
I agree.
That said, this is Twitch chat we're talking about, so you could be as clear as freshly cleaned glass and they'll still struggle to see what's going on. I think CDogVA or Connor said something perfect, and that is, it has to be something that can be explained in the title of the stream.
It would have to be something that can be explained in the title. That's my way of doing it as well.
I think that's really good.
Because it's also the same with YouTube, right? I got to hook them and it has to fit in the thumbnail and a title. So that's kind of the way I plan out most of my things.
Now, there is one last tip that I haven't ever told you guys before, and it really helps me every time I hit the go live button, and it always makes better content when I do it. But before we get into that, I am excited to say this video is sponsored by the amazing Epidemic Sound. I love it when brands I already use love and want to work with the channel. It feels amazing to recommend a product to you guys that I believe in and know has helped me make better content. For example, we're talking about making our streams better, making them more engaging, taking them to the next level. Well, one of the best ways to do this, I feel, is music. Epidemic Sound has over 35,000 songs across every single genre. No matter what type of creator you are, they will have music for you and your content that is safe to use and monetize across all platforms. And one of the most amazing things I have ever done was start using Epidemic tracks to take moments of my stream to the next level. Say I'm doing something where I'm making myself look like an actual clown or a fool. You better believe I am pumping circus music to my audience. Am I on the 7th hour of a getting over it stream and need some hype music before I try scale the hardest and furthest part of the map that I've ever gotten to? Well, let's throw on some epic Epidemic action music. And for this video, Epidemic Sound has given us a pretty amazing discount on their music. So not only can you get a 30-day free trial, but you can also get an extra 2 months for 75% off with the link in the description. The discount is valid for personal and commercial plans, so if you're a hobbyist or you're getting into this seriously, you can use it. But I will say the offer is only available for 5 days after this video goes out. If you want to support me, go and support Epidemic with the link in the description and check them out, because at the end of the day, I couldn't make these videos if it wasn't for sponsors like Epidemic, who I love, helping the channel out. So I want to give you guys the tip that completely changed how I approach content creation, and specifically how I changed streaming entirely. But just to prove that I'm not talking out of my ass, and I honestly believe this, here is the sticky note that I have on my monitor at all times to remind me of this tip. This is a show. These 4 words are meant to remind me that my stream is entertainment. It is a performance, and similar to stand-up comedy or your favorite TV show, it is meant to be valuable to viewers. I wrote this for myself because I found that sometimes when streaming, you forget it's a show and you get wrapped up in the numbers or the parts of it that suck, like having a slower chat or not getting many followers that day. And when you get wrapped up in those things, you can easily stop putting that show on. And when you stop putting the show on, well, you stop providing value and your viewers won't come back. Recently, while watching Northern Lion, he was talking about how streamers kept complaining about having to run ads. And he said something so perfect. He said, "That's great, but can't you guys just tell a joke?" And I'll be honest, I felt a little bit called out myself, but I needed to hear that. I needed to be reminded that my issues with the platform, my issues with analytics, and the bad parts of my personal life causing me issues right now aren't part of my show. And bringing a negative or defeated energy to my show isn't going to be entertaining for the viewers. Sure, if I made these things entertaining and engaging, they could be, but many times the energy these things bring to a stream isn't entertaining. So remember, it's a show. You're putting on a performance for viewers. People who act in movies or walk out onto stage for a performance don't walk out and let their bad day ruin the performance. There is a reason for the phrase, "the show must go on." And remember, your performance could even just be a quiet, chill place for viewers to hang out and chat. That is still a show. Those viewers still deserve, when you hit go live, to have a place you made for them. They bought metaphorical tickets and you have to deliver. So if you want to make good content, I have a video right here all about growing on Twitch that is perfect for helping you make good discoverable content. So why not check it out? And I'll see you guys next week for another show.